morning, everyone, to whoever may be up listening to this. I just had to come on here. I listened to African Diaspora, and I'm gonna make this real quick. I listened to Phil Scott last night, and he's talking about Fat Joe because Fat Joe called the called out the members of FBA. I guess it's some new radical movement. He said it was a radical racist group, and I happen to agree with Fat Joe. And I, in the chat while the video was live, I expressed my, you know, my solidarity with Fat Joe about the situation with the the situation about with Fat Joe. And in case people don't know who Fat Joe is, he's a rapper. He used to be a rapper, and he was from New York City. And he was saying that the members of this radical group, Fat Joe and them, um, they're radical left racists, and they are. I never heard of this image say, "Hey, Mr. Donnie, how you doing? Good to see you." Yeah, I listened to Phil Scott, and he was talking about Fat Joe and about the FBA, Foundational Black American, and I don't agree with that mess. They ain't got no plan. They sitting up here talking all this radical nonsense about, taking they foundationally black and immigrants taking over the culture. Black people are slaves to the democratic plantation. They ain't got they ain't got no plan whatsoever. Reparations were on the table within the Democratic Party, but they ain't gonna just hand out money. And they spewing all this hate, and anybody don't agree with them, they don't want to hear it. And I guess I was so against it because Phil Scott, of all people, talking about foundational black in the culture and this, that, and the other. This man is married to a white woman, and I ain't got nothing against who people marry. You marry who you can't help who you fall in love with. You marry who you want to marry. But he's so foundationally black. And this FBA movement that they started about immigrants and people taking the black culture. Black culture can't be taken away. The need is not the people in the community that's taking away black culture, is the people like Elon Musk, Elon, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump in Project 2025. You know, he married, but they want to sit on the immigrant and follow Donald Trump. I'm so sick of that unnecessary BS, because that's all it is. And I'm being kind because I'm here on, you know, I'm here on this live. Man, you talk about mess, and like I said, Phil Scott of all people passed me by with the BS. You know, it ain't nothing wrong with marrying a white person. I ain't against it. If that's what you want to do, you do it. But for Phil Scott reminds me of Byron Donalds, Donald, whatever his name is, the guy that was so into Trump. and he took up for Trump, and Trump ain't even looked at him for a position in his cabinet and stuff. He's foundational, what they call foundational black people. They terrible. They terrible. FBA, and it means foundational black American, you know. And what's the plan? Other than talking about how immigrants and not liking immigrants and deporting immigrants back to the country. Oh, they don't like us. They don't excuse me. Certain certain foreign groups don't like black Americans. Well, some of y'all, I'm a black American, and I don't like some of y'all. Some of y'all, cause y'all talking crazy stuff. They talking reparations and talking about gonna be a war and civil war and this. Ain't got a pot nor a window. Okay? Like my grandmother would say, they ain't got a pot to throw it out, and they ain't got a pot to put it in, nor a window to throw it out of. And they sitting there talking about this to immigrants. Immigrants are not the black man in America's problem. It's them people that's in the White House now. That's who the problem is. The problem is them people who is in the White House. You know, I agree with Fat Joe 100%. He said that the FBA is nothing more than a black radical racist group, and I agree with it because they don't have no substance. They don't have a plan for black people beyond destruction. And by that I mean they want to lead black people into a war, a civil war with these white people, and they ain't got weapons or nothing that can go up against them. They don't have a plan for the community. They don't have nothing for the community but a whole lot of talk, a whole lot of nonsense, a whole lot of nonsense instead of looking at the big picture. Right now, the big picture is to figure out how we gonna survive the next 2 years, because in 2 years we gonna have a midterm election, and and I'm assuming if they don't change their stance, they gonna be 2 years from now still talking about, they foundationally black and the immigrants is stealing. They coming over here, living off of us, getting all these rights and stuff. When half of that mess that Trump told them that the immigrants was doing was a lie. The immigrants ain't eating no damn, wasn't eating no damn, the Haitian people wasn't eating no damn dogs and stealing them folks' cats and eating stuff. So I'm I'm just fed up with him. Instead of getting together and getting a plan to get, first of all, get Elon Musk out of the White House. He ain't got no business being in the White House. That's our enemy. Our enemy is not the immigrant. It's Donald Trump. It's Project 2025. It's the people, the unqualified people that Donald Trump is putting in, and they want to do away with this to make themselves richer. That's what they need to be fighting. But no, they want to talk about their FBAs and all this other mess. What's the word they use about they the gatekeepers. They the gatekeepers for Black America. They ain't keeping no gate for me, cause you ain't got a plan. You ain't got a plan. You want to send people to be slaughtered in there. Want to fight these people. Want reparations. Because X, Y, and Z got reparations. All these people that y'all claiming, that the FBA is claiming, that movement is claiming that all the reparations that they claim that these other people got, reparations and stuff. The Japanese got reparations from the American government for the. It wasn't even. I wouldn't even say it was reparation. I would say what the Japanese Americans got was payment for their land that was taken during World War II. If you knew your history, go back and look at your history. They were paid for the property that the United States government took during World War II when they were interned in camps. Yes, America had interned these people in these camps because America was at war with Japan and they had committed, they bombed Pearl Harbor. That's why Japanese Americans got it. Got it. The Jewish people didn't get reparations from the United States government. They got reparations because during World War II, were rich. They had money, and the German government stole their money and stole their valuable paintings and stuff, and someone over here bought them. It's know the history. People need to go back and read and really understand the history of these things, and they would they wouldn't feel the way they feel about a lot of stuff. But it's always been this way. There's always been black people. When during the civil rights movement, there was always black people who sat there and wanted to do the crazy stuff. And I ain't talking about the Black Panthers, because the Black Panthers, they spoke up and they had a plan. The Black Panthers, whether people know it or not, the Black Panthers had a plan. The Black Panthers, they started the free lunch program for kids. The government shut the Black Panthers down, stole the idea, and that's how lunch being served at the school got started. Because up until that time, when I went to school, you went to your neighborhood school, you came home for lunch, you had 45 minutes, 15 minutes to walk home, go home, eat your lunch, and come right back to school, walk right back to school. So there's so much that these people are talking about that they don't even know about, and they trying to get all of this stuff, telling these young kids that don't know nothing, need to go to school, and the people leading them ain't even righteous themselves. And like I said, I don't have a problem with nobody. You marry who you want to marry. If you want to if you fall in love and you want to marry somebody white, I'm like, hey, knock yourself out. If it's for you and you don't mind doing it, it's okay with me, you know. But you sit up there like you this big gatekeeper of the black community. Who the heck um, made him the spokesperson for every black person in America? Hip hop, instead about who started hip hop, and they taking our job away. What the heck? There's all this craziness going on and stuff. And like I said, the worries we got ain't the immigrants. And this thing about immigrants taking black jobs, like I tell everybody, they ain't taking no black job from me, because you know what? I don't want the job they got. I ain't cleaning nobody's toilet but my own damn toilet, okay? I'm not gonna clean nobody's toilet but my own. And and this is what they saying, that they taking black jobs. Please, please, those are the black jobs they taking. Seven low wage paying jobs, um, hard labor, picking butter beans, and all of that stuff. I know about all of that stuff. I've seen it done. I grew up in uh, when this during segregation. I grew up. It ended when I was a teenager. It ended. The civil rights bills and stuff passed when I was a teenager. But when I was a teenager, excuse me. But I remember going down south and seeing all of this people picking cotton, black people picking cotton, people going in the fields picking butter beans. And there's a story, and it's still online. And if you care to look and see what people did, the kind of quote unquote black jobs that Trump and everybody keep playing that throwing out there, and black people they taking black jobs. What is black jobs? When you look at this, go to on YouTube and type in "Harvest of Shame." It's a documentary that was done in 1960 on Thanksgiving Day in 1960, and it showed the people who did the so-called black jobs that these immigrants are taking, and then they want to take people. It's a mess. Look at it. It's called Harvest of Shame, and with Edward R. Murrow, and they do it. It's a documentary, and if you look at that documentary, you'll see what a lie this is. Ain't nobody trying to go pick no cotton. Ain't nobody trying to go in no field, pick no butter beans, no tomatoes, whatever the hell else it is, vegetable that's out there. Ain't no black person I know want to do that mess. So if they want to come here and they want to do agricultural work, it's fine with me. No, you know, and these people talk about their foundation of black, they gatekeeping it, they gatekeeping the culture. What culture? The only thing you should be gatekeeping is trying to figure out how to get Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who is a foreigner who done took over the American government, and y'all dummies sitting there, them FBA dummies sitting there, want to sit up there and want to take and want to make a big deal out of they foundationally black American. Ain't no such thing as you either black or you ain't. Ain't no foundation in it. Your foundation comes from your family. If you're black, you're black. And like I said, and I'll say it again, you need to sit there and you need to take and let and try to fight and figure out in the next 2 years, start now figuring out how you're going to defeat some of these idiots that's in the government now that voting for Donald Trump and Elon Musk to do. And the thing about it is, they causing havoc now, chaos now. And Donald Trump ain't even sworn in. Actually, he ain't president. And he need to be before he become president. They need to sentence him to jail and take him out of office. Definitely get Elon Musk out of the White House. Excuse me. Elon Musk is a foreigner, is a darn foreigner ruling the government. Now I see where he going over to Germany, dipping in there. What the hell is wrong with people letting this man just ride roughshod over everybody's government? But I have a feeling German people gonna defeat him. They ain't gonna let Elon Musk come over there with his foolish mess, with his foolishness. Nah, they ain't gonna let him come over there. So I don't know. But like I said, this FBA mess, this that's a radical group that ain't they don't I don't see their purpose. They say they gatekeeping the culture. Well, hell, if Donald Trump and Elon Musk and all the I forget his name, the author of the guy who wrote Project 2025, if they have a way, ain't gonna be no culture because they already done started trying to wipe it out. And the immigrants ain't got a damn thing to do with taking the culture away. And what Fat Joe said ain't got nothing to do with erasing the culture, you know? So everybody need to stop that stupidness. Because the powers that be that's trying to do it ain't nobody. I don't hear none of them black folks talking about what's being done. What's being done in Washington. Excuse me. what's being done in Washington. All I hear is, oh, Joe, the Fat Joe ain't part of the culture. He canceled this. Oh, negative stuff. Grown men acting like third kids. They talk about they gatekeeping. Ain't gatekeeping. Gatekeeping nothing for me. The culture. The culture is being stripped away, and it ain't by Fat Joe or nobody like him. So people wake up and smell the coffee. Stop letting these wannabe radicals, wanna be important radicals take you over. And like I said, Phil Scott got a lot of nerve. If you want to talk about gatekeeping the culture, if you want to gatekeep the culture, why you marry that white girl? You got mixed race kids. Come on, let's cut the BS down. Talk about you gatekeeping the culture. You ain't gatekeeping no culture for me, cause I know what my culture is and I know where I stand, and going at these people with that got the military behind them, and you lead the people to be slaughtered. Talk about you want reparations. What you gonna do to get it? You ain't got no plan to get it except you want to fight a civil war. Please pass it on by me with that BS. And with that, I'm going to say, I'm going to end this live right now. I just had to come on and say it. I tried to share the video, but you can go look at it. Fat Joe, look at African Diaspora with Phil Scott, and you'll see it because he's going to leave it up there. And look at that. Look at that video I told you on YouTube. Harvest, HARVEST of shame, SHAME, and type that in on YouTube, and it'll come up. And look at that. That's the black jobs that they want to send us back to. They want to make America great and send us back to it. You know, I wish I still had my computer, but my computer, it took too many hits on the floor and it conked down on me. So I haven't gotten one just yet, but I'm going to get another one so I can go back on StreamYard because I like that platform. It allows me to show different, you know, I can put these posts up and let you see them for itself. I can share them so you can see these for you and the nonsense that goes with it. So everybody who sees this, have a great day and thank you for coming, Donnie. And have a good day, everyone. And if I don't get back on here, everybody have a blessed Christmas day and a happy, happy New Year. Later.